Yeah, no, like Michael's analogy was that you could hear him sing from a speaker, and then you could record it with your iPhone, and it still sounded good. That's what he's saying. Is he that good?
I didn't listen.
Oh.
Because we couldn't really listen from backstage unless we had like always looked at the screen, like in the corridor, like next to like the full stage.
Yeah.
So like no one was really there.
Yeah.
Like, we were busy doing everything else. I feel that good. I just didn't want that guy. The guy that was like.
The guy that took a show.
The guy that took a show.
Was it Kyle?
It was Eric.
And did he have blue hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was Kyle.
Oh, Kyle. I assume I'm good. So I was like, no, because he had the dance. Fuck you guys.
Nah, we did Kyle. Came white. No. Like Kimberly knows that. Kimberly knows that. Yeah, it's Kyle. Can you go get that? I don't remember the screen. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. Like, he does strip a lot, but he's a nice guy.
No one is waiting.
He's in 10 minutes, because he just parked his car. Is it working?
Oh, really?
Push it onto the Facebook group. If you can allow me to see it hang out. It says I have one. I see myself. I can't see you. Huh? Just join. Did you walk away?
Not really.
Go to the Facebook group.
Yeah, that's what you're taking home.
No, go to the Facebook group.
That's you.
That one, the YouTube one. I'll give you the link. Is that one right? I have a viewer, is that you? Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah, you know it's like all this. I know because
Lots of that.
It's so old. You like
There it is. Strong 30-second lag, but that should be fine.
It's because Aaron knows and and he's just like talking shit. How you met him? Really?
I think I saw you at that time. Oh.
Let's just do a speech and then I'll do a grant.
Because people are
It's not really your
You were so risky. You were so risky. I was like, dude, I met you that. You were like, out of
Yeah, I remember the first. Oh yeah, I remember the first time going in, but then I remember
So waiting for
I gave up with those.
people know.
that's what I first was doing.
Oh, they got
Did you have an interaction with me like, oh hey man, you really like the podcast is still there? Is it on left? Yeah. I was like, one meeting on first.
just outside. So I'm like, okay. Moral doing speeches.
Oh, right.
You want to be kimchi? Kimchi for press.
I'm president, like, that would be easy. Easy, gone there. Please try.
Yeah, all our budget reviews seriously gone.
Like 3 in 1 month.
And you are sucking
That's high.
So,
I'm still gonna ask. Oh yeah.
A whole liter.
well, wait, but how
What's happening with this, new members?
I think it's
Where are you?
I'm crazy.
This is whole thing.
I'm guilty.
The plan. That's
Yeah.
And during
Yeah.
everyone crashed.
Yeah. You know what? We all did it last year, but I was doing just like that. Oh, look at this! Oh! And she's like, yeah. You're the one that was like, I was just like, why is that? So you did like 2 months of life in my chest. Well, now. Oh, yeah. I was thinking something like now. Yes.
You're trying to get in. And then
Guys, take a seat.
Wow, that's
Guys, get a seat. Guys. Guys, take a seat. So we're gonna have some speeches, and then you guys will be after each speech. We have an opportunity to question them about what they have to do. Just a reminder, your job is probably to find the best candidate for BSA. You should consider that, like, there are some first years of people who haven't been BSA who's running for it. So you have to consider them firstly because they don't have the experience and they might not help out as much, which is against them. But sometimes they might, if you think they are going to be a better candidate than someone else, pick them if you can. If you think they're going to be an absolute crap candidate and there's no one else, tick the other section, which I've put on there, and then we can consider.
I really don't want Vanessa to become treasurer because she's very bad at giving money. Say no.
I'm sorry, guys.
So yeah, so make sure choose the people you want to work on based on who you want to work on, what's good for BSA's future, and whatever else you wish to do. Okay, so the first speech is going to be Cassie. And yeah, Cassie.
It's not even like this like random.
Is it on video? Can I see it? Can I alt tab out of it? Why?
You have to stand so that you can see, right?
Can I alt tab out of it?
No, you
But
can't.
I don't want to see myself.
There's a 30-second lag.
30
You still
second lag,
see
yeah.
me on the camera.
Yeah. Just
How
stand.
about this? You don't see yourself, and I'll cover it.
Oh, that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart.
I can see this. And he just covered like the camera.
Oh, alright.
It's alright, there's like a minute lag, don't worry about it.
I can still see.
Aaron, just get this out of here.
Where's my scarf? That is my favorite scarf. You don't miss my scarf.
Oh. Just stand right there, don't move. Don't move.
Coffee will come out.
Stand on this thing.
It's wet.
Just stand next to it.
I think there's more than a 30-second lag. It's like,
It is, it's like, yeah.
It's like, yeah, he's pointing at the screen right now.
3, 5.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm Cassie, as all of you know. I'm running for president for BSA next year. I've officially been in BSA for about a year, even though I did their photos for the year before, but apparently I wasn't in the committee because you guys couldn't be bothered to print another shirt. But that's okay, I forgive you. I think I've done pretty well with event management skills. Having done event management for a year, I know that it's something you can't really teach. It's more of a skill. I know there's a lot of like risk and a lot of like things that we learn, but it all comes down to if you know how to plan an event or not. I think I'm pretty good with organizing where people go and like what people need to do and stuff like that. For next year, if elected president, I would I'd like to place in like a role system for everyone. Like I know this year everyone's kind of running around like if you're free, do this. If you're free, do this. But I would like if everyone had their own thing to do all the time. Like I want someone to lead like the sponsorships. I want someone to like do like I know people are doing like sponsorships for our Facebook, which is great, but we need people to lead like each section and like obviously back up people for that as well. Also have like a lot of new like event ideas, but obviously that'll come later on down the track. And yeah.
Any questions? Any questions? Or? MG, don't think of anything else.
Question.
Do you have any concerns for next year?
I know that BSA is a very like wholesome and like like kind of like a family, and I know that we're known for like letting a lot of people in, but I don't want to be in a situation where I have a group of people that don't do anything. And if you think that as a person you don't have time for BSA, like it's fine. It's fine to be like, I'm busy and I don't have time for BSA. Like I feel like as a team we won't be mad at you, but obviously if you say I can do it and then not do anything, then that's stupid. So.
Is there anything big you would want to change in BSA, like get rid of the panda thing, anything like that?
No, I considered changing the logo, but obviously I don't have any ideas. I know it's scary, right? But obviously black and white is a very like simple thing to do, but obviously this is very open for discussion. But if we have something like better and bigger, then sure, like BSA revamp, but who knows?
Okay, so you know how we're not doing that well this year, and provided you get presidency, how do you think? Well, how will you not fit it? Like, how will you try to approach it?
I'm thinking that I don't know if we did this 2 years ago, but you know how when we have an event, we have some idea of like the event we have after. I don't see why we can't have that event planned, like semi-planned already before like our event takes place. Because people come to our events and they say, when's the next BSA event? And we're like, I don't know. So that would be good to like advertise our next event at our like event, so people can be like, oh, you can buy tickets now. so then we can ensure people will come back to BSA. So,
Who's number 2?
Yeah.
What president?
I think it's February.
Well, she may as well. I mean, she applied for the other
Sorry,
stuff.
sorry, I'm sorry.
I think everything else was president.
Singapore is like treasurer, secretary, presidency, and yeah.
There's no information.
Is this live? I mean, is this public?
No.
It's not public. Good.
It's only
Who's
four
watching?
Clarence.
Only Karen.
Clarence, me.
Right.
Hi.
You can't even see.
It doesn't matter.
There's
Only 4 people watching. 5 actually now. That's
He's still
amazing.
talking.
Still gone.
Oh, no, wait, no, you
Actually,
should
yeah.
talk about it. Is that recorded?
Huh? It has no recording. It's
Okay,
streaming.
good.
There's no recording.
Good. Also,
At least I don't think there is.
Oh, good. It's gonna be like the YouTube record stream.
is it?
Just go. Don't worry. Cassie doesn't know what she's talking about.
I don't know what she's about. He's a Twitter on the need to.
Alright, can you start now?
Okay, I'm Vanessa, and I'm going for treasurer. I've had previous studies in accounting, obviously, and I'm doing business management, and I think that probably helped with my future career as well, so I thought I'd go for treasurer. Yeah, I think I'd be pretty suitable for this job role because this year, even though I've been like a new committee this year, I think I've done an okay job. Yeah, and I think I'll be able to handle this job role as well. Yeah.
Any questions?
Oh, what? Do you know what you do as a treasurer?
I look after the money. Yes, I don't go.
Do you know how to do that?
I have a question.
Oh, yeah. Manage, yeah, whoever's like that. Manage the budget, see how much like each event would cost, and then how much money like we have in the bank, obviously, etc. Yeah.
Let's say you can use like 2 or 3 grand. How would you use it?
Well, it depends on the event. For it depends on the event that is decided. Obviously, like I can't
Regarding
just go to.
regarding this year's budget towards events, do you think we can improve it a bit more, give it a bit more money, or cut down losses, or do you
I
think?
actually have no idea about this year's like money
I
stuff.
kind of know.
Like no one
between the treasurer.
Yeah, like no one knows. So can't really
Next
answer
year,
that.
are you willing to spend more money, or?
It depends on the event itself. If it's an event that is worth going for, like you know that the turnout would potentially be great and it would be good for the BSA name, then yeah. But if it's like something that's not gonna like increase BSA's like reputation or membership, then probably not. Yeah.
Yes.
What do you know?
Huh?
Oh, I heard.
2 years ago. 2 years ago, Mia came up to me and asked me to join BSA as a techie guy. Now, that's 2 whole years of experience that I've had in the committee. And now, come on. We've done some really awesome stuff in those years, haven't we? Games night, heading out on that boat cruise, that's my first event. Done pretty kick-ass things. I've been through a few presidents too in my time. Started off with Viet, then I went to Vernon, and then Nick. So I guess you could say I've learned quite a lot being a part of BSA and being under different presidencies. And not only from them, from everyone else too, everyone here. I've learned a lot from you guys. And I'm sure you've learned a lot from me too. Now, 2015 is next year. And I think BSA, we're heading into a great era of change. And I don't want to just see that change. I want to be part of that change. I want to be right there with next year's president, planning out our events. I'm going to be their background. I'm going to be their support. I will be playing mid-tier support right next to our lead, right? That's going to be me.
and maybe I can get another year at BSA. Maybe I'll graduate soon. And I'm going to leave BSA with my mark. I think I can fulfill all the categories. I'm good with database work. I'm good with numbers, well, as long as they're on a computer. I'm good with websites. Pretty much everything a secretary needs. And I also think the most important thing about being a secretary is that you have to be sexy. And I've got that. Questions. Oh yeah, it has to be on the live stream. Questions, anyone?
Previously mentioned you were going to be the president of the Video Games Association. How do you think that's going to affect you with this job?
It won't affect us at all because if I join Video Game Society, I already know who my team is. I've already planned that out. And if I don't get into it, that's fine. If I do, that's great too. It won't affect us at all. I'll still have time.
Can you guarantee that?
I can guarantee that. Video Game Society, my team will back me up on that too. And it's not a full-time thing as BSA, so we just have weekly events and stuff like that. Nothing big like BSA hosts.
Weekly event is more frequent than BSA.
But they're weaker, so a week, like the weekly events for VGS is just a weekly video game meet. And we just rock up, plug the consoles in the go. It's like an hour, it's each week.
Any other questions?
So, sorry, but what we vote for?
You gotta listen.
So,
Who's next? Number 4, yeah. Let's make it real.
oh, alright, got this. I go to prison.
Nothing.
Just go.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Alex. I haven't met like half of you because I try to show up to everything. I guess that just says something about my commitment, right? But although I'm not like that committed in time at events, I think that I do have some bookkeeping skills. Like I think that I'm pretty good with paperwork. I think that's something a secretary does need, but that's like the bare surface. I think that secretary is about supporting the boss and so awkward, right? No, okay. Yeah, my social skills aren't very good. I don't get along with. I try to get along with everyone. Like that's why I'm here, right? Otherwise. Yeah. As for experience, I'll be honest. I've only been here for like 2 or 3 months. That's why I haven't met all. And I think that may or may not be a good thing. If I had been here for the entire time, I might have been accustomed to, like the traditions of BSA or whatever. So if I was to get into secretary for BSA, I think, okay, with 17, I reckon I could bring better, right? Not better, sorry. Different ideas. Not saying the previous years were crappy, but I think I can bring, I don't want to say fresh because it will make me sound black, but different ideas, really. Like, Will is so charismatic. I don't think I stand a chance against him, but this is what I'm about.
You say you're pretty good in doing organization stuff, right?
Yeah.
How about in regards to social skills? Do you think if you put aside your social skills, you're willing to make improvements for it? Do you think you can do that though? What do you mean? Like, I know we all know you have pretty good like organization skills. But, regarding to social skills, because BSA is a social event.
Yeah.
Were you willing to be more like
Be more social?
More social, yeah.
Okay, I've said this like 3 times today. I think that I get along with people quite easily. When I want to. Yes, exactly. When I want to.
When do you not get along with people?
Never.
If you can like
just like a new idea for next year. It's like one of like BSA plan, but like not like for like same event, like a new event. What would that be?
With regards to that, I've actually been thinking for a while, and it's not really the events for me. Like I've talked to Gazi like so many times about this, but she just walks me out. I reckon that BSA is a very temporary thing. Like I show up to an event, I do the event, and then just be like, yeah, the day's over. Whereas like if I think about other societies I'm part of, it's sort of like they have an ongoing weekly basis. They're constantly being reminded of whatever club they're in. But BSA, you know, it seems like aside from committee, it seems like just to be a do and go thing. And that's something that I would recommend to the new boss to have a go at changing.
Maybe you call it boss.
Why do you call the president boss?
Because you are the boss.
Oh, makes sense.
Is that a defined role the president has?
Sorry.
Do you think the president is the boss like this?
Oh no, it's just
Should there be the boss?
No, like that's another thing. Like yeah, like
No, it's a
I'm sorry, Vanessa. It's like Nick told me the way he runs BSA this year is a little bit different than the other years, where he sort of takes on the task a little more. Like he puts a lot more onto himself, and I think that's okay. But I think he needs to, you know, just let loose, let other people have some not fun, but like responsibilities, like delegate. You know what I mean? Maybe okay, yeah, next time.
Are you in your fourth year engineering next year?
No, I'm in my third year.
Okay. Second last year of engineering.
Third last year.
Third year is last year.
Last year?
Oh wait.
Second last year, right?
Sorry, I'm engineering commerce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm in dual degree and I'm in my third year right
Okay. Well, do you think you still have time to handle the secretary?
now. Yeah, sure. I like barely show up to uni already.
Well, are you going to show up to meetings?
Yeah, it is not local secretaries do. Like,
Where were you tonight?
I like that honest.
James night. Oh yeah, you know, I had something really.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it's really
He
important.
told me early you can come,
Yeah,
so
what?
it's
No,
fine.
he told me really early that you can come, so
Stop rubbing in my face.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry for that.
It's alright, it's alright.
What?
I told him on the day. I told him on the day that I couldn't show up.
Okay.
Because we're all friends here. I don't have to scare anyone. Matt, you're the last one, right? Lucky you. Lucky I listened.
Oh, yeah, great.
Now you get the questions you have to ask.
Secretary.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to talk about commitment. Now, I've only been in BSA for a couple of months, and I'm a first year, so whilst I may not have that much experience, next year I have plenty of time to learn on the job, and I'm a very fast learner, very capable of learning on the job. But on top of that, the fact that I'm second year next year makes me very free as opposed to many of the third or fourth years that will be here next year. So I'll have a lot more time to commit to BSA and plan for BSA things. What some of you might not know is I've actually done quite a bit for BSA. I know it sounds pretty arrogant, but the fact is, with probation committee members, I was there for that first meeting when we came up with the idea that we need new fresh faces. We need more people on the committee that are new and that aren't third or fourth years, and to keep improving BSA. You know, I was there for that idea. On top of that, you know, I've been there for most of the BSA meetings, for most of the BSA events, if not all of them, and it just reinforces how committed I am. Also very supportive of the president. I will be supportive of the president, and whilst I am Cassie's boyfriend, a lot of you might think that that may cloud my judgment, but the fact is, BSA, when we come to BSA will always come first. So whilst yeah, again, whilst I may be Cassie's boyfriend, if she says an idea or if she comes up with an idea that I don't think will work, I will tell her straight up, this won't work. And I think that as secretary, that is a responsibility of mine, because one of my jobs is to make sure that BSA is successful, brings in new members, and everyone has fun and becomes a tighter family as a whole. Thanks.
Do you really want me to ask a bad question?
Okay.
Okay. You mentioned before about relationship with Cassie not affecting your job. Are you afraid that will be the other way around?
No, I'm not afraid of.
So if you had to get up on Cassie's face, you won't be afraid.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Define all up in her face. You gotta really tell me how it is.
Let's say Cassie makes a decision you're not happy with. And yeah, your role as BSA member will tell you to do that, but you're not afraid that you wouldn't. Are you going to entirely disregard your relationship?
Of course, I'm not going to entirely disregard our relationship, but of course, I would tell Cassie that this is purely in the interests of BSA and this is nothing to do with our relationship. And I hope, because I know Cassie's a very understanding person, and I know all of you know that Cassie is a very understanding person, and she is a very level-headed when it comes down to it, which is why, I think if it really came down to it, I could tell her that, no, I don't think this would work, and it wouldn't affect our relationship.
Okay.
Alright, so speeches are done, so we might have a discussion without you guys, if you guys don't mind.
It could be Sorry.
Yeah. We will have a discussion about who's going to get the rows without you guys, if it's alright. So if you guys might go to the UQ union, you can guys.
All of you.
Or you guys
Oh,
can
we
choose.
can't vote.
Oh yeah, the existing members can vote.
No, as in like, can you go through ours so we can talk about it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
But
one
then,
of us can get it. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty.
I know, that's a
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
If we
You
all,
want like pizza or something?
yeah, like we can all get pizzas and then we'll come back.
because we can still want to get red.
Or we can just
The restaurant
go
closes at 7.
Red room.
We could get
Kitchen, yes.
Oh, we're just.
Oh,
Okay, so you guys can go.
The bar's open, but the kitchen closes.
Bars open.
Okay, let you guys go get pizza then, and then let us talk about it.
Is it in the BSA budget thing?
Should we take orders or?
This is your
Yeah, what
orders. Okay, so
Any preferences?
So there's one with the potato.
Yeah, the potato.
Yeah.
She can do the
Yes. Okay, good. Yeah. One vegetable.
You tell her if you.
So we got like 6.
how many people?
Yeah, the chicken guy. I love you, get out.
You get that?
The chicken.
It's only 10 pieces. 10 pieces. I
Yes.
Later we have drinks.
Are we gonna
You guys can get drinks if we head over there. What about that?
Water.
Oh, Jim,
Oh, wait,
okay.
we can have you out,
You guys want to eat there so we can? You guys can have drinks
come
as
join
well.
us after. Okay.
So we're just gonna start eating anyway.
Shouldn't be able
Oh, okay, yeah, easy.
It's not gonna take that.
It's not gonna take that.
It's not gonna take that long.
Shut the door.
So yeah.
Oh, so you're gonna have a cake up there.
I let them. Obviously, doesn't it?
No.
You can get Cassie and
Hang on.
Cassie, Vanessa, and.
I was about to go shopping.
Wait, you guys gone yet or?
No, I gotta.
Cassie, Vanessa.
First,
and
I have to
Evelyn.
shut this stream. Stream's over.
Cassie, Vanessa, Evelyn. You guys, let's not Evelyn. Vanessa.
Why did you even make that error? No. He said Cassie, Vanessa, and Evelyn.
Then I said,
No, not Evelyn. Vanessa.
you guys want to vote and then just shove in this bag.
Okay.
Just do some here.
Oh, this is too hard. Wait.
You guys can vote.
You just vote for yourself.
Just circle your name.
I don't think I will do a good job.
You just got no. You don't.
Well, that's right.